Mary Beth, what would you do if elected to hold true to the principles and values that are set forth by our founding fathers, and to keep from falling into the power trap that many of our elected officials seem to?
Well, I think that any of you who are from Pittsburgh and have lived here over the last 8 years, you know from, if you've read the newspapers or watched television, that I have been in positions where I have had to make very hard decisions. Decisions that aren't popular, decisions that probably were not the best things for me personally, but were decisions that were the right thing to do in following the law and upholding the Constitution as I took an oath to do. I have been placed in these hard positions before, and I have followed the Constitution, and I've done what's right. And I have done that every day of my life, and I'll continue to do that as your next Congresswoman.
The founders recognized a problem with power, and that's why they developed a system of checks and balances, both among the branches in the federal government and between the federal government and the states. As the federal government has grown and grown and grown, the powers of the states have been crushed, and the checks and balances between the branches are blurring. So we need to look at how Congress is doing business. I'm a fan of term limits. The founders understood that when people get into power, there's a money wheel, there's a lot of traps that can get in there. I think we need term limits. I think we need to reform the way Congress does business. It's going to take a constitutional amendment to get term limits. I think we should limit how long you sit on a committee to 6 years. I think we have to abolish the seniority system. There's no reason why somebody who's been practicing medicine, for example, in the private sector for 30 years should have to go and take a backseat to Charlie Rangel when it comes to a committee assignment. After a freshman term, I think anybody should be qualified to be committee chairman. What we need is a citizen legislature. So when I get down there, I'm going to look to my colleagues. I'm going to look to hold each other accountable. I'm going to have my accountability circle back here. And again, it's going to be my family. Thank you.